What's up, guys? It's your host, Jaylen Barlow, and today we sit down to speak with indie film director Brenden Hester and actor Jashuan Dixon. It's coming after they finished shooting their film Hunt to Get Together in November. And now, as it's been his first film he ever directed, Brenden opens up about the process.
So it's more whether or not people will dedicate their time to make sure your vision comes true.
Brenden didn't do it alone. He had a team of skilled people who one of them joins us today. Jashuan Dixon, who's a first-time actor.
I would say the first time I stepped on set, I felt a different world.
With all that being said, I believe it's time to hear from them.
How you doing? Nice to meet y'all. It's great to be here, honestly. And I thank you for helping me with this. This is definitely a new experience for me.
I'm just happy to be here. I did act in the film. I had a pretty good time acting, I felt, for a first time, but, you know.
It was your first time, but you felt good. You felt good afterwards.
Absolutely.
You felt like you was Denzel Washington afterwards. You left the set, you was like walking
like
around.
I mean, everyone told me I did a pretty good job. I felt like I did a pretty good job, and you know. But from an actor standpoint, I guess I was a little shaky. But I did definitely, after watching it, feel that I did a pretty decent job.
That's good. Now, to start off the interview, I want to touch on just life in general. Coming up in Chicago, you guys are both from Chicago. How was it growing up in Chicago, and did that impact the kind of person you are today?
Honestly, definitely, because it was a little bit different for me than a lot of people, because my mom's from Southside Chicago on Damon. My father's from out west, K-Town, so I have two families. But my parents got divorced when I was young, so I would constantly go back and forth to both sides of Chicago, so I can never say that I'm completely one side. But I lived with my grandparents, and I grew up with my mother and my grandparents in the house for most of my life, and I've seen my father on weekends. So being in their lives and them helping me out with mine definitely helped me improve on my own.
Well, that's good.
Indeed. I mean, I've got pretty much the same story. Well, my father was in the house for a bit longer until I was about 16, 17-ish, so I did get to, you know, grow up with that notion. But, you know, after that, it was pretty much raised by wolves. I mean, you know, you get out there and you meet people and learn a lot, and I think it builds character, but gets you where you are.
Did you ever think that that character that you got would lead you into being an actor? I mean, this is your first role, but I mean, it's just like kind of crazy. You must have that crazy feeling inside of you knowing like, I came from Chicago where a lot of times you don't get many opportunities here in the city. It's just a lot of things that goes on that a lot of people from outside of the city won't understand. So you, to just even like land a role, just like to help out your friend, honestly.
Absolutely.
Like, did it just feel like, I mean, dap him up, like, this is a big opportunity. This is a big opportunity, you know? So just like looking back on everything, like, did you ever just feel like some sort of goosebumps or something?
Honestly, I would say the first time I stepped on set, I felt a different world. I mean, you know, you grow up being around what you're around, and, you know, I can't condone anything, but of course, things happen. But stepping on set felt like an entirely different vibe. It was a brotherhood, it was a sisterhood. I don't mean to exclude anyone, but you know, it was a family experience. Everyone was close, everyone was helpful, everyone, you know, really meant well. And that being a little change up from my normal lifestyle definitely gave me, you know, maybe I should be doing this for the rest of my life. Like, it's definitely a possibility, and it was something that I never considered before, so.
This was honestly a new decision for a lot of us. I wanted to, even though it's my first, and I feel like as it being my first time making a film, period, in any sort of way, I'm already stepping into a major role, which is a director and writer. And having so many people put their faith in me with no experience, but they simply trusted me for, you know, he was my friend for years, even before I decided what I wanted to do. So him coming through and everybody else coming through with none of us having a lot of experience definitely showed like this is family. This is the type of environment, the type of community that I want to build in each film that I make going forward.
Were you ever nervous about not receiving that support initially?
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely. Honestly, because, you know, this is a film that took a lot of effort to make, so it's more whether or not people will dedicate their time to make sure your vision comes true. So, and most times you wouldn't expect that. But seeing people with their own visions, putting their own time and effort, us trying to raise enough money to make it. And honestly, we didn't put more faith into the money aspect. We more put faith in, okay, if we can't get this, we're gonna make sure we figure something else out. And the people that have certain experiences, they put in the effort for that as well. And even the people that didn't, we all put in our own separate ideas.
Right. What was the money process like? I know this is an indie film, so a lot of times for indie films, you have a budget or you don't have a budget, right?
Ooh.
So what was that like for you? I mean, just the planning process of it, because I've seen in the past from documentaries, I remember my teacher, she showed us in class this documentary that she worked on, and she had an entire plan of financials and just like when is she gonna shoot. So what was the financials like, and who was in control of financials?
The people that were in control of it was my executive producer and my producer Fidel and Kaya. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. They, and I can never truly thank them enough, honestly, because when there was a point where there wasn't enough money that we made during because we tried fundraising. When there was a point where the money that they made during the fundraising wasn't enough, they put in their own money toward it. I couldn't afford to put in. I didn't have a job at the time, so the money that they put in most of the funds for it, and I can never truly thank them enough. Honestly, it was a struggle to even scrape by, but they really put in the effort.
What was the fundraising like? Like, were you guys promoting on social media?
Yeah,
or?
we promoted it on our own separate pages. I tried to make sure everybody that was on our team, whether it be actors or producers or anybody, even in sound design, would post the fundraiser that we had, or it would be on our own separate Hunt to Get Together page. It was a whole process, honestly.
Yeah. Do you think that you could have done a bit more for promoting?
Probably yes. Yeah, honestly, but this being my first time, I try to give myself a little grace, but try not to overthink
for
it.
Future aspect.
For future aspect, but be like, okay.
Yes.
Because a big part of the problem was I made the mistake of saying the idea for the film without writing the script first, and it took me a long time to write the film. So, and then we had 2 months left, and honestly, it was 2 months left till filming. So it took us. We had to kind of rush it. We didn't have a lot of time to really raise a lot of money, but the money that we did raise, we definitely made do.
And
Great.
I will say, like, as an actor, I mean, they did their best to take care of us. There were some hard days on set, but they absolutely did their best to make us feel accommodated and have us have everything we need. So
Tried to make sure everybody was respected enough.
Yeah, but those hard days really are what's to be expected. I mean, because once you branch out to big Hollywood sets, there's going to be some real cutthroat people in those industries, and also just any industry in general, but Hollywood is known for people who are just going to tell you like it is at the end of the day. Also you probably won't get those opportunities, There's a lot of people who are struggling just to, get their film, picked up by a studio, And so Sean, you saw the process early on, right?
Yeah.
Brenden's your friend, so tell me, like, just witnessing the process, like, were you around him when he was there, like, writing or just, like, pitching it to you?
So, yeah, for most of it, for me, it definitely started as, we were hanging out and stuff, of course, it was regular stuff, and then one day he calls me and he's like, hey, I'm about to put this movie thing together. Right, and at this point, he didn't even ask me to be in it or anything.
Were you feeling
just
like, what is this guy talking about? Like, what's going on?
So he had talked about it before, and he'd done things similar. So it wasn't exactly out of his wheelhouse or anything like that. But it was definitely a shock of just, all right, now I'm going for it. So I was definitely kind of skeptical, but then again, that's my friend, so I was gonna help him whatever way I could. So
what was it like witnessing that passion that he was drawing out? And like just being hungry to like get this film, like what was just like seeing your friend, just like, man, he's like really like serious about this. Just like, what was it like witnessing that?
Yeah, no, that part is honestly what makes me believe in the film. Like, his passion for it, his dedication to getting his dream to become reality is the reason I can support it. I know that as hard as I'll support him, I'll never support him more than himself because he believes in this. So
I appreciate that, bro.
He makes himself pretty easy to follow.
Okay. All right, Brenden, let's talk more about this film now. What would you share about Hunt to Get Together? If you could give these people just like a little glimpse into what to expect for this film.
Expect to laugh.
Expect
To feel like these are people that expect to feel like these are just people that you would get along with on a day-to-day basis. We all may be a little different, but I tried to make sure I work with people who grew up differently than me. But as long as we respect each other, and I want that to show there are different forms of black. Black is not a monolith. So each one of us grew up different, whether or not we were from the same neighborhood or not. Each one of us has our own different interests. Each one of us grew up different. But as long as we come together to make something work, that's the point.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe Sean's character?
Woo! Honestly, Sean's character is definitely one of my favorites. I feel like I won't say too much, but I feel like he's a little morally complex. He grew up similar to how a lot of us did, growing up in a certain household. So him trying his best to maintain a certain life for himself and respecting his friends and being there for his friends is a lot. So I want to make sure I represent that.
Do you feel like the character matches you in real life?
I definitely do. There's a lot of aspects that came natural to me just because, I mean, some of these things are things that I've actually had to deal with, some of these conversations and that type of thing. So from that aspect, definitely. But there are definitely some parts of, being a grittier character and looking good on film that, we're a little bit different.
Certain style, certain way we talk is, it's all important.
A bit different, but it's true to what the story is trying to tell to you.
Absolutely.
How would you describe some of the characters?
Each character, similar, I said he was morally great, but a lot of characters are really morally complex. It is a short film and we weren't but we weren't able to really dive too deep into each and every character. I don't want people to certainly see that it's solely being a comedy. It has certain elements, certain factors. This is more of a film where it's like, if you know, you know. This is an audience to where black people can really represent themselves a little bit differently.
So little Easter eggs that people
can
identify with. Yeah. So I was watching this show. I binge watched this show 2 weeks ago. It's called Them. It's on.
Yes. I heard about that.
You heard about Them, right? I was actually telling Kaya about it. I was like, Kaya, I don't know if you watched it, but you need to watch it because it's such a great show. Because the show is about a black family that I believe were from the Carolinas, and so they moved out to Compton, California, which was predominantly white at the time, and so they were faced with a lot of racism, and they also faced supernatural events, right? So that's how I feel like Hunt to Get Together is going to be about. You're going to be facing a lot of hardships. A lot of these people are facing hardships, and we know what we mean by those hardships, right?
Of course.
It's a little spooky. We know what we mean about the supernaturalness of it all.
Absolutely.
So I was watching this, and when you mentioned, things like Easter eggs, and there's different layers to what this film is going to be about, it reminded me of the show Them, because they had a family of black people who had different kinds of versions of what I would say black people represent. You had the mother, who was the strong black woman who was telling people, no, you're gonna do this, but she also wasn't being listened to initially until the last minute when things got bad, right? And then you had the father, who was the protector. The father was actually calling the shots at first. Then you had the two daughters who were, the children, they might see things or they might say things and people are not believing them. But it was so interesting because they were also being hunted by their own fears, their own trauma. And the trauma, when you look back at that time period when racism was, you know, just so prevalent during that time period. You know, they were in this predominantly white neighborhood, so just the different layers of it. I was just like, this reminds me of Hunt to Get Together, and I feel like if you guys have not seen the TV show Them, you guys need to go see that because it's going to give you a sort of preview of what to expect.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love this conversation, truly.
Yeah.
'Cause this, when Black people dive deeper into topics of racism and the atrocities that Black and brown people have faced, or Black people have faced, we really get to explore each other's mindset and how we can really do better. I'm sick of the conversations on who's better in this, who's light, dark, it doesn't matter. Really, if we come together as Black and brown individuals, we can really make something happen for real. Honestly, it is important, especially now, for us to come together as a community. And I wanted to kind of show different parts of that in the film, whether it be like brotherhood, family, sticking together. That's all important to me.
So do you think your future films will continue to share some sort of message? Like, you know, like people...
Every
like,
film.
Put
Put the camera on me. Every film. Every single film.
So like, what I'm envisioning for you, Brenden, is sort of like a Jordan Peele route. It doesn't always have to be like the supernatural, superstitious kind of thing, but it can be something where you're sharing a message, and it might be a bit of an underlying kind of message.
Definitely.
It might not be in your face, but like you said earlier, if you know, you know, kind of thing.
I want to make every film. If you know, you know. I'm not in it. I'm not in it to make money off of it. Honestly, I'm in it for the art. The art of it will really show who's around you, who gets it, who doesn't. It will then spark conversation. It may even end friendships if it has to, but it will come to a conclusion like, man, we need to do better. That's the underlying topic. Yes, we need to do better. We need to come together for this. This is important. Each film having its own style or message, whether it be about love, fear, hate, it doesn't matter. It's all important.
Now let's touch back onto this being your first time directing a film. Did you ever feel like, while you were doing this, did you ever feel like, man, this might be too much for me? Did you ever get that feeling?
Ooh. Little side note, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so I grew up reading and writing extremely well. I don't necessarily like the process of writing. It is frustrating. I think I'm okay. I think I'm good with it, and I even brag about it, but I think I'm good about it. But man, having to stay up till 7 a.m. writing on my mother's computer. Long hours.
That's not a lie. This man has called me at 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning
hey,
calls.
Man, you think this sounds
But
right?
that shows the dedication to your craft, you know? You're like, I want this to be perfect because, first of all, this is my first film in directing.
Right.
And also, I don't want people to come on set or they read the scripts and they be like, what is this? I gotta act this out? This doesn't make any kind of sense,
right.
You know?
A lot of it, man, I want every film to be something I pour my heart into, and to work with people that you don't necessarily have to share my vision. I want each of us to put our own vision on things, put our own style, put our own swag on the things. And I feel like each and every one of my actors definitely did an amazing thing. Not even them just being my friends. Each one of them, I feel like they demonstrated who they really are, or represented a side of themselves, whether it be their tone or their simple actions in the film. It is amazing to see that, and having close peers and close family around you where it's like, man, we not even blood, but we feel like family. Like
right.
We do anything for each other, and that's just how it is. I'm not even gonna say I really hope I will be working with more people that I feel like, okay, this is the people that I really want to continue working with.
And for the future, just what do you plan to do to get your name out there more? Are you going to attend networking events, creative networking events? We have many in Chicago. So.
Yes, honestly, anything. It sounds crazy, but anything my producers recommend to me, honestly, whether it be joining them on films to gain more experience, or for them to just tell me keep writing and we'll make another film. Or I don't plan to sign to any corporation or anything like that. I want to continue making, for at least for a while, continue making indie films or independent films, or just films that if I am working with a group, I want to work with people. I don't want to sign to anything. So this is important that, I keep saying community a lot, but it is important that the community comes together and for us to demonstrate the art form.
Right.
Because if you look in today, actors are getting replaced by AI, or it can feel like shows.
Did
and
you
movies.
see the Super Bowl commercials? Now that you're speaking on AI,
Yeah.
Oh,
Great Super Bowl, by
the
the way.
Dunkin'. I don't know about all that. It was kind of boring.
The message was there.
Hey. Oh well, yeah, that was there too. Yeah.
The message was there. I'm not even a sports person. I was in for the Bad Bunny concert though.
The Bad Bunny, that was fun.
That was
I
fun.
had fun.
Oh no, I'm talking about the concert.
Yeah, no,
I'm talking about the concert.
I thought we were talking about the game.
I'm not a sports guy.
That was kind of a boring Super Bowl game.
That it was.
The game itself was boring. I was kind of like, this
Oh,
is
no,
not
I
usual
was-
Super Bowl. But Bad Bunny, that was
Around
great.
like the third
I enjoyed
quarter, I
Bad
was
Bunny.
about going.
I enjoy. I don't listen to Bad Bunny, but I was in.
Yeah.
But you hate him. I like him.
I didn't know a single lick of Spanish, but I had a great time.
saw the message.
It was just the vibe, right?
The
It was
vibe, definitely.
That
The
was
the last 2 years where we saw Kendrick Lamar, a couple years back we saw Rihanna and
Usher.
Usher. So many black and brown people, and I can't stress enough, coming together to make something special. And you can tell it every time black people put their foot into something. This is important. It is important for us to represent our culture and not really care what other people think. Black Americans have and it's crazy because Black Americans don't get the credit they deserve. We are our music is all around the world, our fashion is all around the world, and people say we have no culture, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to think that the people that create something don't always get the credit for it, whether that be film, rap, it doesn't matter. All of us. Some people may not want to be in the public all the time, but as long as people get credit for something, that's all I really care about.
How did you make sure that black culture was represented throughout your film?
And the way we talk in Chicago is different. We all talk differently, and each person, as I said, each person grew up differently. So I wanted to represent each person growing up differently. Some people didn't know each other on set, some people did. So it was important to each person be comfortable, whether it be one person is dressing like this, another person is dressing like that. So it may not be seen right away. It is a low budget film, so it was important that each person get represented in their own way, shape, or form.
And you felt that energy while you were on set? Everyone was feeling represented?
Absolutely. I think that the biggest thing for me was he let us kind of improvise a lot more than normal. I would say that he let us kind of add our own little flair to it, because we do have the background and the culture and that kind of thing. So he allowed us to add our own spice and soul into it, season it up a bit. And I think that really, really made it come out the way it did.
Yeah, and now that we're at the shooting of the movie has wrapped. That wrapped back in November, right? So the film has finally wrapped, and now you say you guys are editing, you're in the editing process.
Yes.
How is the editing process going? Is it smoothly?
Smoothly.
It's smooth sailing. Good.
Smoothly.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, it's still meeting new people. Truly, this is a very weird experience. But we just got done with our editor not too long ago, and meeting up with him. He's coming up with new ideas. All me, him, and we met up with our producer as well. So trying to figure out ways that we can really bring this to life. This is important, and I really want each piece to be represented in its own way, shape, or form, even if it's not the way I originally intended, as long as it doesn't delay from the message and it looks good and it sounds good. That's all that matters to me.
Do you know what software he's editing
No
the film
clue.
on? Premiere Pro?
No
or
clear.
Final Cut
No
Pro?
clear, no
I have
clue.
no idea either.
I think it's Final Cut.
He would
but
know.
I'm
He would
not
know
an
before
expert.
me.
Yeah, I know
okay.
I'm a little
wondered-
computer savvy, but
I've always wondered what they edit films. I'm like, is it like a sort of software or like a type of device they're using? Because when I edit my videos for like news stories and like just news videos, it's on like through Premiere Pro. So I'm like, what are they editing it on?
And we're still trying to find more editors. True.
Right.
We just we're looking for. I'm not gonna say what we're specifically looking
So
for.
for the editing process, is it like editor one edits the first the film?
He comes up with a rough draft, basically.
A rough draft,
and then we basically have conversations to it, be like, maybe you can have that, maybe you can have that, and so we can come up to a final decision.
So have you guys gotten to that point, or he's just like editing the whole film right now still?
Oh, he's editing the whole film right now.
Okay, so he's just editing right now. So when can you guys expect that little rough draft to be done? Did he get
We
the
already
time?
got a rough
Yeah,
draft.
we've got a
Oh,
rough
okay,
draft.
so
But we're just focused on future, on the
cool,
future edits.
cool.
We're just polishing things.
Polishing.
Great.
Polishing is yeah, that's the main thing right now.
So what message do you want to leave behind today? I mean, just from you and also you as well.
You want?
Black people, please be great. Please don't let anybody dim your light. Represent yourself. Show love. Please show love to everybody. Help people. I give thanks to God. I give thanks to Jehovah God. Love your friends. Love your family. Don't do it for the money. Do it because you love it.
If I had to say one thing, my one thing would be something that changed my life and I hope it changes yours. Wake up every day and try and be just a little bit better. And eventually, you'll love what you see.
Yes.
Oh, and wake up every day. Be fly.
Wait, before we go, can you give our viewers a timeline on when this film can be released?
I'm saying the next couple months.
Next couple months, guys.
Next couple
Next couple months. You ready?
Nope.
You're not
But
ready?
I will be.
You will be. You will be ready and be prepared, and
And
I will be there.
we got to get you your grill too. So
I'm gonna grills, y'all. I'm gonna grills. Oh my God.
Indeed.
this for the culture.
This is for the culture, for real. But I will be at that premiere. Just let me know when it is.
Definitely.
Absolutely. My hand's a little messed up.
Thank you guys for coming by, for real. This is such a great thing that you guys are doing.
great to
I'm
have us
excited
on.
for you guys
Truly.
to see this film in the future. I will let you guys know when the film comes out, but also if you want to keep up with them, just follow Hunted Get Together on Instagram. It's literally just Hunted Get Together, guys. It's
Or
not that hard.
HGT.
Okay, it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Not haunted, hunted. Hunted.
Hunted. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.